the poly, no false rail. They're sent on their way from the 1600-meter marker. American Sniper is near the rail. Just behind that is Blue Moon Rising, and there's Dr. Henry going around them. Falconer's in the all-yellow, going around them to be amongst the leading division with those blinkers on. Verissimoilitude's got the red cap about 5 lengths off the leader. Then we drop back to Passing Image. James Dean is second to last, and Just Like Luke's the trailer about 8 lengths off the leader. Falconer takes them to the 1000-meter marker. American Sniper at the rail second. Dr. Henry's third, and Blue Moon Rising's at the rail fourth. That's got the white sleeves. They're followed further back in the field by Verissimoilitude, and along the inside of that is Passing Image. Then Just Like Luke, and James Dean's about 7 or 8 lengths off the leader. Falconer's controlling the pace. Back in second is American Sniper. Dr. Henry's third, and Blue Moon Rising just waits at the rail. Verissimoilitude's got the red cap around them. They're followed further back in the field at this stage by Passing Image, James Dean, and Just Like Luke. Top of the lane, Falconer leads it. American Sniper. Blue Moon Rising goes in for a run. Dr. Henry gets hooked to the outside. Coming to the 200. Blue Moon Rising now. Dr. Henry on the outside. Then Falconer, American Sniper, Verissimoilitude, but Blue Moon Rising's the leader. And it's Blue Moon Rising who comes to the outside of the track from Dr. Henry. But Blue Moon Rising's going on and will score. Blue Moon Rising won it. Second will go to Dr. Henry. Verissimoilitude ran third. Just Like Luke stays on for fourth. Number 2, Blue Moon Rising, the Blue Tiger, Garth Puller for E. Kasim, bred by Riverton Stud. Tote favourite number 2 at £2.20. Moved from the inside to the outside of the track. I think Anthony allows it to drift out. And Blue Moon Rising wins by about a length and a quarter. Second, number 1, Dr. Henry. Very much a form result. So Dr. Henry, number 1. It pays up 140. The place runs second. Third to Verissimoilitude, that's number 3, it's about 4 lengths back. And fourth to Just Like Luke is showing some kind of improvement on this run, although well beaten. Then American Sniper, James Dean, Falconer. So it was a well stretched out field at the business end. That bipod pool is over 200,000 Rand. So here's Blue Moon Rising. The stick is still in the right hand. And then you'll see Anthony, he changes his stick to his left hand. And he looks over his shoulder from Dr. Henry. Now the stick gets changed to the left hand. And Blue Moon Rising continues on and has won it at the 9th time of asking. Next up is race number 2. And the second race, that will start off our place accumulator. Back to the studio.
Apologies guys, Blue Moon Rising has come through after finishing a good second last time out. It was close up, he was gutsy in defeat, but he's put his act together this afternoon to win for trainer Garth Puller, and well done to the owner Mr. Kasim as well. A nice start to the day, Garth, because we've got some nice runners later on. But let's touch on this win. Last time out a touch unlucky.
Yeah, look, he fought his way all to the line. I mean, by right, Sherman should have ridden him. I actually confirmed Sherman, and it was a mistake by the Bureau. They admitted it, but I didn't want to change. Anthony rides for me, and his strike rate's very good, and he rode a good race, so I was happy to have him aboard. He won a nice race today. He improved on the second horse. And that was his first run around the turn, so in all fairness, he obviously learned from that. And they went slow today, and I think he quickened up nicely. He's still a bit immature, so he'll come on a little bit. Thanks to Mr. Kasim for his support. He's a loyal owner and friend of mine. I actually had supper with him last night, and I'm glad he came through for him. He's not the strongest horse at the moment, but Andy says he'll definitely win again. And then thanks to Duncan Berry, who bred him, and I spoke to him in Cape Town at the cell, and I said to him he's coming on the right way, and I probably got him over the right kind of trip now. And then to Michael and my staff back at home, thank you very much, and to Wendy for her support.
Well, you've touched on it all, God, but before you leave us, I mentioned that you could be a stable to follow. You got some nice runners later on.
Yeah, Shantytown's been disappointing, but I'm hoping that he runs a better race. I've got Anthony on him as well. So, yeah, and then I've got Aim for the Stars. I think, and Russian Gold at the back. I think Russian Gold could run well again.
Thanks for that, Gard. All the best for the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Gard Puller. Let's get Jockey Delpech in and, firstly, when we have a look at the form, it looked like a two-horse race on paper between yourself and number one.
Yes, it definitely looked like it. Very ordinary field, it wasn't over strong, but this gave me a feeling that he's going to improve. He's still learning, and we went very, very slow. And top of the straight, when I asked him, he got within 2 lengths clear of them, and I think that's where he won his race. And he's still learning. I think although he beat a weak company, he's improving.
Okay, you got one on the board. Balance of your rides. It looks competitive throughout the afternoon, but maybe you can point us in the right direction with possibly your next best.
Yeah, well, I firstly thought this was obviously my best ride today, and I think the one in the 7th race also maiden plate, qualifying maiden plate, weak field, and I also ran a good race last time, so must have a chance.
Thanks for that. Nice start to the day to yourself and all the other boys in the jockey room. I know it's hot out there. Yeah. All the best for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's very, very hot out there, so yeah, but we're doing our job. And yeah, thank you very much to Garth for all the support. I appreciate it. And to my sponsor, Wilgebusch Drift and Marisfontein. Thank you.
Lovely. Jockey Delpech, 2, 1, 3 and 5. If you caught this quartet here in race number 1. Up next will be place accumulator time. And that's race number 2. The time to jot down will be 13:30, 1:30.